Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Oh God, I'm excited and scared for this because, I'm interested to see what you all are going to say. This episode is one of the best, by far. This is a truly amazing episode. Aang got a notice about the Guru, a dude who can help him understand the Avatar state. Toph got a notice that her mom was in the capital and was wanting to see her. Turned out to be not true. And then, of course, Katara is staying in the capital as well while waiting there for everyone to come back. And, of course, Sokka is going with Aang to find their father. All in all, you have all these scenarios coming together in one spot. It's a powder keg, effectively. And we're going to see just how the match is struck. They've combined this into one episode on Netflix. We are not going to be able to watch all of them in one episode. We're splitting it in two, like how it was when it was originally presented. Anyway,
otherwise I'd have to edit both episodes into 10 minutes, and that would just be...
Yeah.
This is already a hard show to edit one episode into 10 minutes, so...
Editing two into one.
The pacing of the show is so fast, and there's so much comedy and action and story and just good dialogue bits and everything that it's very hard to get it down to 10 minutes. So that would be impossible to do with two episodes.
I do feel like watching this show so far that it almost feels like they were under a lot of pressure to produce the show because it's really good, but some of it I feel like it really needs time to breathe. And I wouldn't have minded if they had taken more time and put in more episods.
Yeah,
because the pace is pretty quick.
Well, they originally were promised after the success of the first season, they were promised four books. There's supposed to be 4 books. There's water, earth, fire, and then wind. Wind was supposed to be the last one. However, due to budget cuts that happened around the time, because keep in mind this was when the internet was really starting to come into its own. Due to budget cuts around it, they were just like, okay. So we're only going to give you 3 books.
I mean, that's fair because this was not on my radar at all when it aired.
Exactly, and a lot of people have discovered this show after its run, and it's become probably the most popular show that Nintendo, Nickelodeon has ever produced. Yeah, Avatar Book 2. Chapter 19, The Guru. Let's just get to this before we get any further off the rails. I'm there with you, Micah.
What's that smell?
It's Juke. I'm sure you wouldn't like it.
Actually, it smells delicious. I'd love a bowl, Uncle.
Now that your fever is gone, you seem different somehow.
Don't be nervous.
Don't puke on the fur.
I'm so happy to see you.
So what about you? Are you nervous to meet this guru?
Not at all. I'm ready to master the Avatar state. See you in a week. Yip, yip.
Why do you drop him off so far away?
Hey, Pop.
Sokka.
Hi, Dad.
My dude. I'm there with you.
My most trusted advisor, Long Feng, and his Dai Li agents tried to take control of Ba Sing Se from me.
It's terrible when you can't trust the people who are closest to you.
The Council of Five is meeting to plan an invasion of the Fire Nation this summer, on the day of a solar eclipse.
Really?
Great.
Now that sounds like a fascinating and brilliant plan.
You're Guru Patik, right? The person who attached the note to Appa's horn?
Indeed. I was a spiritual brother of your people and a personal friend of Monk Yatso. You must gain.
How old is this dude?
He's got to be over 100.
You can
Shows booming.
to the world. Drink up.
Ugh! It tastes like onion and banana juice.
That's because it is.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh. Okay, but make it quick.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, very sneaky tough.
You might think you're the greatest earthbender in the world, but even you can't bend metal.
If you think about it, metal is just Metal is just refined earth.
For 100 years, the Fire Nation has hammered away at Ba Sing Se from the outside. But now we're on the inside. The key is the Dai Li.
You must open all the chakras. Tell me everything you know about chakras.
What are chakras?
Oh, I see. As you see, there are several pools where the water swirls around before flowing on. These pools are like our chakras. If we open the paths between the pools,
The energy flows.
opening the chakras is an intense experience. And once you begin this process, you cannot stop until all 7 are open. First, we will open the Earth Chakra. It deals with survival and is blocked by fear. What are you most afraid of? Let your fears become clear to you.
Ozai.
But you must surrender those fears. Let your fears flow down the creek. You have opened your Earth Chakra.
Water chakra?
This chakra deals with pleasure and is blocked by guilt. What do you blame yourself for?
I ran away.
That these things happened. But do not let them cloud and poison your energy. If you are to be a positive influence on the world, you need to forgive yourself.
The mines are filled with skunkfish and seaweed. When a ship detonates the mine, the seaweed tangles up the propeller, and the foul smell forces people to abandon the ship. The stinkin' sink.
Good one, Dad.
They're
You see where he gets his name?
definitely
from.
related.
Our scouts have spotted 4 Fire Nation ships.
Prepare for battle.
What should I do, Dad?
Aren't you listening? I said the rest of you men get ready for battle.
Hey. Okay.
Congratulations, Uncle.
I'm very thankful.
You deserve it. The Jasmine Dragon will be the best tea shop in the city.
No, I'm thankful because you decided to share this special day with me.
Oh.
Now let's make these people some tea.
Fire Chakra.
My fire chakra would like to eat something other than onion banana juice.
Good one. Moving on. Deals with drink power
Funny joke.
and is blocked by shame. What are your biggest disappointments in yourself?
When he hurt Katara.
I'm never gonna firebend again.
You are the Avatar, and therefore, you are a firebender. That chakra opened less like a flowing creek and more like a burping bison.
There we go.
Tastes like onions and bananas.
I don't know how anyone can fight in this.
Maybe that's why it was so easy to beat the Kyoshi warriors and take their clothes.
How much longer do we have to serve the Earth King? If I have to clean up one more pile of bear poop, I'm gonna throw up.
Good work, girls. I'm sure the Dai Li will deliver the message.
It deals with love and is blocked by grief. You have indeed felt a great loss. The air nomad's love for you has not left this world and is reborn in the form of new love. Very good. Sound chakra. It deals with truth and is blocked by lies. You cannot lie about your own nature. You must accept that you are the Avatar. The light chakra. It deals with insight and is blocked by illusion. Things you think are separate and different are actually one and the same. We are all one people, but we live as if divided.
We're all connected.
Even the separation of the 4 elements is an illusion. 4 parts of the same whole. Even metal is just a part of Earth that has been purified and refined.
Woo! Toph, you rule.
Uncle, I need 2 jasmine, 1 green, and 1 lychee.
I'm brewing as fast as I can.
Once you open this chakra, you will be able to go in and out of the Avatar state at will. you will have complete control and awareness of all your actions. It deals with pure cosmic energy and is blocked by earthly attachment. Now, let all of those attachments go.
What? Why would I let go of Katara? I love her. 3 chakras ago, that was a good thing.
You must learn to let go.
The Fire Nation has infiltrated the city. I just saw Prince Zuko and his uncle. We have to tell the Earth King right away.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be sure to let him know.
Crap.
Damn it.
You must open all the chakras. Surrender yourself. Let the pure cosmic energy flow.
Oh, come on.
Katara's in danger. I have to go.
No, Aang. By choosing attachment, you have locked the chakra. If you leave now, you won't be able to go into the Avatar state at all.
This is legit Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, it is.
Go now, save them you can.
Pretty much.
But
There's a giant hole in the box. How is that a trick?
It's not. It's the real deal.
Rip.
Don't you two dunderheads ever forget.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Ready to go knock some Fire Nation heads?
Oh no.
This can't be good news.
Princess Azula of the Fire Nation.
What do you want?
I want to make a deal. It's time that I regain control of Ba Sing Se. And you have something I need. The Earth King's trust. I can get you, the Avatar.
I'm listening.
We've been invited to serve tea to the Earth King.
So that's episode 1. Yeah. Sorry to cut it off there and end it there, guys, for this episode, but...
I mean, that was a good episode.
Oh, yeah. And as you were saying, this is pure Empire Strikes Back, because, you know...
It's like where Luke runs off and Yoda's like, your training's not finished.
Training not finished?
A lot of what the Guru said kind of made a lot of sense.
Well, it's...
The very last part, though, kind of did suck.
Well, well, again, this is why a lot of monks are celibate.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, by giving up earthly pleasures, you can attune to the cosmic energies, which is, again, you know, a whole thing about Buddhism and, you know, Eastern religions that are really tied and connected to chakra. You know, being able to tap into the cosmic energies.
Probably why all the adult avatars we've seen so far look so freaking like just meh.
Well, because the life of an avatar is not easy, and it shouldn't be easy because honestly, you're controlling all of the elements, and not only that, but the balance of the world rests upon your shoulders.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're 12 years old or 20 years old or 50 years old. Heavy weighs the crown on the head of the one with the power.
So I guess Aang is breaking that for the first time ever, though.
The whole thing is he's only 12 though, so he still has time to cast things aside if it's necessary.
Yeah, he still said though that by leaving now, this is locked and you'll never be able to go into the Avatar state again. Basically, so
by not unlocking that chakra state, but who's to say in the future he can't do it again? Yeah. Say something. I hate to.
He was just saying it like it was a permanent choice. Like he was like, if you do this now, like you're basically not the Avatar, like, or you don't have the power of the other avatars at least. Like, yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you can take it however it's said, Versus, we've seen Aang.
I was
tap
kind of
into the Avatar
assuming
state before.
that was essentially their reasoning for, like, out of all of the hundreds of avatars, why we're focusing specifically on this avatar for the story, Like,
well, because the big thing is...
I mean, and a lot of the avatars probably also didn't go forward in time 100 years and everything, so that was unique as well.
And
but it's also he could be different in that he changes the way the avatars always work slightly as well. Also,
the thing is, the wars and conflicts that have happened throughout history... They've been able to rebalance themselves, with the Avatar's intervention and also with the natural way of things. However, without the Avatar being there, the natural way of things has been thrown off so bad that it may never go back to being the same if the Fire Nation wins.
Yeah, it did seem kind of paradoxical too, like you said, is like that kind of goes against what you said before about the previous games.
That's the thing. I mean,
because it's like love is a thing.
You find out on different levels of,
and yet no attachment, but love is attachment.
Well, you find out on different levels what truly matters, and in order for you to tap into certain things, you have to be willing to let go, because it's true for certain forms of Christianity too. Because keep in mind, whenever it comes to a lot of Christians out there, God is number one, and family is number two. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of Christians out there who are willing to put God and Jesus before their own family, in which they say that's the only way for you to truly be a Christian, which I don't think's true at all. I think the attachments on this plane of existence, especially the person who bore you into this earth, and your siblings, and all the other family members that you have. And the friends that you gain throughout life, and the love that you have for someone later in life that can truly last. But I can see why it's a whole thing about put no other gods before me. It's sort of like the same principle here. Put no other attachment before the attachment to the cosmic energy. That's pretty much the whole deal there. And everything that we've seen here is taught in Eastern philosophy pretty much to the T. The seven chakra gates, and of course the different ways of dealing with your grief, dealing with your guilt, dealing with the lies that you've told, the deceptions, just opening yourself up and bearing your soul.
The guilt and the ashamed part seemed really similar as well.
Yeah.
Well, they are, but in truth, guilt is something that you really don't have control over in certain ways, whereas something that you are truly ashamed of is something that is done by your own hand.
Yeah.
Whereas guilt, you can feel, dude.
Well, he kind of
feel guilty over the fact slavery existed.
He kind of did leave of his own accord as well, though, and that's what they used for guilt. He felt guilty for leaving. Mm-hmm. But he felt ashamed for attacking, accidentally hurting Katara.
Well, he made the choice to firebend, whereas he was never given the choice to be the Avatar. So that's why he ran away.
Yeah.
The unintended and the intended.
Yes. He didn't think that the world would get that far out of balance by him just running away. But instead, it got so far out of whack that now, the world could be permanently out of balance if Aang doesn't do something. And he's 12 years old. And he's still a kid. Even though he's got all this wisdom swirling around in his mind from all the other avatars that have occupied his consciousness. I mean, yeah, he doesn't know how to handle this stuff. And maybe eventually he will. But right now he's got the doubt swirling in his head because of what's happened with Katara, what's happened with everything. Katara is really his biggest drawback on this. And to call her a drawback is sad, but it's what's happened. I mean, she's holding him back from being able to reach the Avatar state. And you see, it's a lot like why Bruce Wayne never finds love, no matter how much he tries. Because to him, the constant battle against crime, the constant battle against all that, is far more important than him finding happiness. I mean, everyone's got their own way of doing things. I don't pretend to know what's going through someone else's head whenever they have an opportunity to find love forever. They've got this awesome person in front of them who will love them unconditionally forever, wants to be with them forever, but yet they dedicate themselves to something else and say to hell with love. They have no interest. We're seeing it more and more nowadays. I mean, the birth rate is the lowest that it's been in probably human history. I mean, we are, for the first time ever, less than half of the female population in this country have children.
We're all just realizing that attachment breeds suffering, so we're all on our journey to the avatar state.
Yes, exactly. Another piece.
I still just...
that's racist.
I don't 100% agree with it.
I don't either.
Because I feel like part of the reason that the birth rate is so low and everything is due to people's fears.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody's afraid, nowadays, shit tons of people are afraid of commitment.
Yes.
Due to people being afraid of commitment, a lot of people are afraid of being hurt because they've been left by people who were afraid of commitment.
Yeah.
People are afraid of loss in terms of growing too attached to someone who then something happens and then they're gone. People are afraid to have children because of the state that the world's in, and they know that they have to step up and be their children's guardian and protector and guide and everything. That's really difficult to do nowadays in such a fucked up world. So.
That is unless you're one of those shitty parents who pretty much lets the internet and, lets video games babysit their children.
Yeah.
I mean...
there's a lot of fears that go into the reason I feel like that people don't have the same attachments nowadays that they used to.
No.
And a lot of it's just due to the state that the world is currently in.
Yeah.
And really, my whole thing is I kind of feel like... even my whole deal is that I don't want to have kids, and I'll admit that it's because of some of those fears I just mentioned, essentially. I don't really want to have to protect someone and guide someone and support someone in this state of the world that we live in.
Well, I'm
scared of that.
In terms of physical
but I feel
threats,
like you should actually still try to let love in to an extent, because people kind of need love psychologically to be healthy. So
yeah,
and a lot of people are scared of that in certain forms. So
personally, for me, I don't know if I would ever be able to have children. I don't know. I want to. The physical dangers that are present for kids nowadays is lower than it's ever been. Diseases are at diseases for the most part.
Now you have societal dangers that you have to worry about.
And that's something that I will have to work on, because honestly, steering them clear of societal dangers is in some ways more daunting, because you don't see them coming. Heck,
a lot of them can end up being out of your control too. You send your kid off to a school for X amount of time where you don't get to decide how they're raised at that point. The government does.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, if you don't trust the government, like I don't, sure Micah would agree with me on that at least.
I feel like there's a design.
Yeah, there's a level of distrust with allowing the government to raise your kid for half your kid's life, and you not having a say in how that goes.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah, which is why I want to have enough to where I can put them in a private school, and I actually, or maybe homeschool them. I would like to be able to do that. But anyway, we got the next episode to get to, so hopefully you all will join us for that. So until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.